So we are back. Number one says, your foods burn in the kitchen. Your foods burn in the kitchen. B-U-R-N. Okay, your foods burn in the kitchen. So you'll be wondering how many food. See, some people are cooking. They light two gases. Okay, they have two burners. This one is on. The other one is also on. They put one. They set a pot here. Set another pot here. So it becomes two. So your foods burn in the kitchen. Okay. So you have foods here plural. So you underline foods. You underline your foods. And when you underline foods, you point your arrow downward under foods, okay? And then in the second line, your arrow is there in the second line. And in the third line, you have your S2, where we have your foods as our S2. And we have burns in the kitchen. Under that particular structure, burns in the kitchen, you underline burns. And when you underline burns, you point your arrow downward in the second line. In the third line, you write your V2. So we have your foods there as our S2, and start taking burns as our V2. It is there. So we have so we have your foods burn in the kitchen. So it is wrong of you to say your foods burns in the kitchen. If you say that, it means your S2 has taken V1. So the correct form is your foods burn in the kitchen. Okay. So from there we go to our example 2. Example 2 says, my friends hate cats. My friends hate cats. Sorry, my friends hate cats. My friends hate cats. No S there. So there you have some people. There are actually some people that don't like animals. Okay, we call that is they are zoophobians. Zoophobians. They are always afraid of animals. So we have some people that don't like cats. For me, I like cats. I play with them so much. They sleep on my bed. We do everything together. We playing. I give them food, different type of food. So we have my friends hate cats. So you underline my friends here. And when you underline my friends, you point your arrow downward in the second line. The third line, you write your S2. And then we have hate cats. Under that structure, hates cats, you underline hate. And when you underline hate, you point your arrow downward in the second line. In the third line, you write your V2. All right. So that's example 2. Example 3 says, the students have many textbooks. The students have many textbooks. Okay, sorry, example 2. Again, example 2. Therefore, it is wrong of you to say, my friends hates cats. If you say that, it means your S2 has taken V1. Okay, therefore the correct form is my friends hate cats. That is where your S2 has taken V2. So we go to example 3. The students have many textbooks. The students have many textbooks. Okay, so under that you have you underline the students, and when you underline the students, your arrow points downward in the second line. In the third line, you write your S2, and then we have many textbooks. Under that structure, you underline have, and when you underline have, your arrow points downward in the second line. In the third line, you write your V2. So we have as our V2. So it is wrong of you to say the students has many textbooks. If you say that, it means your S2 has taken V1. Therefore, the correct form is the students have many textbooks. Okay. So we go to example 4. Example 4 says, their teachers write very carefully. Their teachers write very carefully. So we have teachers there, that's plural. So you underline their teachers, and when you underline your teachers, their teachers, you point your arrow downward directly under teachers. Okay, so your arrow is now in the second line, and then in the third line you write your S2, where we have their teachers as our S2, that's plural subject. And we have write very carefully. Under that structure, you underline right. And when you underline right, you point your arrow downward in the second line. In the third line, you write your V2. So we have a right as our V2. It is therefore wrong of you to say their teachers writes very carefully. If you say that, it means your S2 has taken V1. Therefore, the correct form is their teachers write very carefully, right? So that's our example 4. We'll go on 2 seconds break, and when we return, we pick our 5, 6, 7, and 8 all together, right?